Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in, come on in. This is Light Bearer with some interesting information. What do you expect? What do you expect? Talking about the Bill Cosby situation once again tonight. I just wanted to focus on relationship. Our relationship as an oppressed people, a subjugated people, people who haven't been allowed to pretty much come out the gate, because we have so many gatekeepers for different things, right? So it's like you're wearing a ankle bracelet, or we have metal well, not metal, but steel ceiling on the top of our head that we can't come from under, shackles on our feet or what have you. But it's definitely a control. It's definitely a lot of control mechanisms out here. And I was listening to a commercial, and sometimes it's nice to look at these YouTube commercials. You can get a lot of information from them. Hey, girl. Hey, Cass. Oh, you might have to. Okay, you move it. Okay. They have a lot of information in them. Like I was watching the Soul of the City commercial. Well, little, because I think that's a documentary about New York City restaurants. And a profound saying was in there that I was like, okay, so this woman is going to talk about this. Well, this that she's talking about connects with the Black community in so many ways, with Black people, with so-called Black people, with Nubian people. Okay, I'm going to say Nubian because, so basically what it is she was saying that there's a difference between living and life. And this was in connection with the restaurants being shut down during COVID-19. You see, we've been shut down as a people for a very long time. We've been shut down, shut out from our knowledge of self, of who we are, what we are, and why we are. And when we've been living, we've been forced in a situation where we're living. And the difference between living and life is what we used to be at. We had our souls were living. Our souls were, I scratched that, living. Our souls were vibrant. We had life. We weren't just living. Now we're just living. And many of our people are out of their rightful minds. We're out of our rightful mind. We're not in our right minds. So we have to get out of the wrong mindset that we're in, but to become who we truly are supposed to be. But somewhere along the way, that got all confused and mixed up. And so we're lost, just a lost people. So, in that, the difference between living and life is makes it under, understand. It makes it able. It makes us capable of overstanding our situation, of overstanding our whole situation. You know, because you no longer have we don't have our true culture. We don't have the true connections that are needed, you know. So without those things, we're just living. We're the living dead, pretty much, searching for life. But the whole thing I want to harp on is how we expect anything. We have expectations of a group of people that put us in this situation. And I say, what do you expect? Because in this article with Bill Cosby and this this president, high school president, who, we see clearly that he was proud to take a picture with Bill Cosby at that time. But you have to think, what changed all of a sudden about this guy? What made this guy become one of the first people to, cut Bill Cosby down, you know? So let me share the article because it's really, 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 um, hold on, let me share the article. Okay. It says Bill Cosby pisses off high school class press with prison release attire because he wore. Let me see if I can get a picture of the shirt that he was wearing. Let's see if I can find that picture. And I think he wore it upon his release from prison. Let's see. Let's see if it's going to show it. Okay, here's a picture of it. Central 256. Hold on, let me share the picture with you. Oh, well, you can see it right here. You can see it right there.
The one with the white and the gold?
It says Central, yeah. So now in the, I of course my cover of my this video, you can see him all, buddy buddy with Bill Cosby. But now what he has to say about Bill Cosby even wearing this t-shirt, just simply wearing the t-shirt, it lets you know that, you know, um, you see, this is the president right here, the class president. He aged since then. And here's Bill Cosby wearing the shirt.
Okay, gotcha.
You see, and this is the young man when he was younger. And, all, buddy buddy with Bill Cosby, happy, proud, smiling. But, you know, if we don't know by now that we have no friends, you know, um, that we are in a situation where it's a lot of I call it an illusion. I'm just gonna say illusion. We're delusional. And that's why I said I hope Bill Cosby doesn't go back to I hope he doesn't do an interview with Kel and Okra at all. Or, don't give anybody his time, none of his time. I would hope that he is spiritually and mentally um, free and aware of the truth of the world around him. He should be by now. I mean, I know, you know, you just basically learn your lesson. You learn your lesson, a hard lesson to learn. You know, um, but that's not all I wanted to harp on was Bill Cosby, but he's a big part of it because it's about the image of being Black, in America. And what he set out to do was he didn't find, he when he did the Cosby Show and was putting the family members together, even though he had mixed girls in there, right? They were, it wasn't European beauty there that we were seeing. This was our day. This was our community we saw in that show. So he put together a show that uh, emulated the average, the and held us in good in high regards, the African American family, you know. And if we don't see what is going on around us, we're going to fall into the trap of being a part of tearing down that very thing. You see? Um, because in this society, um, there's no expectations because there's no expectations for a Black family. There's no expectations that we are going to thrive and be healthy together, Black man, Black woman, you know. So I say that because I was in the Costco's with my husband, and we had our girls with us. So, and then I saw this interracial couple, and the white woman, she immediately looked down and had this awful God look on her face. Like she just couldn't even look our way. And being that she was with the black man, it was obvious that, she didn't like what she saw. She didn't like seeing a black family, you know. And once we it's not just white people that are like this. It's also some black people that are like this. They don't like they're like this because of the programming in their mind, the programming that's been their reality that they have made up. So they don't even like it themselves because they don't like themselves, a lot of them. So if you don't, it's part of self-hate, because in this place where I'm at, I don't get where there's so many black men out here looking for wives. So many black men out here looking for wives. And I just think that we are damaged people. And damaged, destroyed people are going to do things a certain way, in a way to continue that damaging and destruction because it's been programmed into us to do that. It's been programmed in us to do that. Some of us who are aware of it are not out trying to do that. But some of us who are not aware of it, of the situation, are out here actually doing it and not realizing that we're destroyed people. What do you expect? What do you expect? I don't expect nothing great from that white woman. I didn't expect her to be happy to see me and smile. I expected her to do that. I expect a white man to dog out brothers. I expect that from him. I expected this guy to be pissed off with Cosby upon his release and him being exonerated from the situation. I mean, what do we expect in this society? That is the way it is, you know? And like I said, where we have been, our lives been taken and we have been robbed of it. living is what we've been given to benefit the society as a whole, evidently. So until we live our lives instead of just living, then we can overcome all of this craziness that we've had to endure. That's the way I see it. Get back to the soul. Like they were talking about the soul of the city. Exactly that. The soul of the city's been hindered, right? The restaurants were shut down. They were thriving through deliveries, but it wasn't the same. It wasn't the same. They were barely holding on to life. We're barely holding on to life. We're thriving. We're living. We need life. You have anything you want to say, Cuz?
No, I have a question. What were you inferring about when you said deliveries? It was shut
Oh,
down.
deliveries. Yeah. The restaurant, that video was a really good video. It was talking about how during COVID, the restaurants in New York City, it's called the soul of the city. The soul of the city was the restaurants. You know how people love to go out and stuff.
Right.
And
Uh-huh.
they had music, they had soul, they had life, they had interaction. That got cut off during COVID. All they could do was
Oh, okay. I was just trying to make sure that we were talking about COVID and not Bill Cosby.
no, I'm
That's
talking
what I was
about,
trying.
yeah, I'm connecting it all
Okay.
because I'm using I can't think of the word right now. I guess you can say comparison
Mm-hmm.
with the black community, so-called black community, with the in our souls, how we are lost souls, basically. And because the lady in the video was talking about there's a difference between living and life. Living, you can live, and you're living trying to go to work every day, doing a routine over and over again. No, it's no breath in it. Let's just say there's no breath in it. So, whereby life is actually the, the soul being in it. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And soul meaning the music, the food, the get together, the love, all of that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And just living can be just a rigorous routine, like the deliveries.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There's no music, there's no togetherness. There's no nothing in there. You see what I'm saying? Just
Mm-hmm.
destruction, It's been destroyed, What was there before is no longer there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, about the situation. Is that clear?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what I'm trying to say is we should not expect anything, you know, different than that. We shouldn't expect anything different because it hasn't been anything different. No, it hasn't been anything different. This is not new. A man been accused, um, them conjuring up a lie, illegally doing things illegally just to get him on trumped up charges, and behind bars. And, this is the norm. This has been the norm. And then turning against somebody for no reason. That's what a lot of his old supporters did. The college, the universities, this guy, and many others. They show their true colors. You know, true colors start to show. And we think that the world wants to see us flourish and be happy. I don't think that. I don't see that where the world would want to do that, you know, want us to do that. So I feel like this, I'm gonna do my thing, regardless of what the world wants, because um here they think they have a heaven and a hell to put you into, no matter who you talk to. This one lady was like, this Caucasian lady told me in the store, she was like, don't ever, um, she was referencing the so called God in the sky, right? She said, don't ever forget about him, or don't ever uh, stray away from him. But I, I would, I really wanted to ask, who is he? You know what I'm saying? Who is he? And who is she to tell me about him? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Sorry, I was on mute. I'm sitting up here saying, mm-hmm.
Yeah, I said, who is he and who is she to tell me about him?
But the thing about
Yeah.
it is that we're so programmed that they set it up for it to be a he,
And the whole thing
and
is,
there's no gender, and that's the thing. Like
right,
I really we're
that's
so
putting,
programmed. It's so sad, you know.
exactly, exactly. And and then I hear people like, not only that, that's not the only thing, but let me let you look at this. Let me let you, ooh, what did I do wrong? I'm sorry, something wrong with my I'm gonna let you see this video and you tell me what you see wrong with this.
Okay.
Me personally, I don't see, but Wendy Williams, see, I have a problem with people when you go for happy people, happy black, so-called black people, Nubian people, who are trying to live their lives. And that's what I meant by we're fighting. When you're in racism, you're continuously in a fight. It's a continuous fight in this world.
Mm-hmm.
Until you recognize or realize how powerful and who you are. When you recognize who you are, you can recognize who they are. And you recognize that that ain't nothing that you need to be necessarily wasting your time fighting.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it.
Especially if it's not your, belief system.
Right. It's not supposed to be. It's a whole different world. I keep harping that they're a different world than we are. That's why when the worlds collide, it's caused confusion. It
Mm-hmm.
causes confusion. It causes
Yeah,
issue.
it's designed that way.
Yeah. And they love for us to be busy with the issues. So the ones
Absolutely.
who brought the world together can be doing the things behind the scenes and getting away with a lot of stuff they want to get away with. But as usual, I'm trying to get this video here fixed. For some reason, let me see. Let me see if I can refresh it. Okay. I'm gonna get it in a minute. Whenever this thing starts. Oh,
You will not be forgiven your sins. That's really sad.
From yesterday. Oh, that's what I get from leaving that stuff up. Okay, here we go. Okay, let's go to my history. Okay, history. We'll go into here. You see, we have to be careful when we let me see how do I get to there. Okay, right here. So this woman decided to hold on. Oh, where is she at? Okay, this woman right here. I'm gonna do the video. Mhm. I'm just gonna play some snippets.
Good morning. Y'all all right? Today is a special day. We moved to Los Angeles in 2004. And when we moved here, we moved with no family, right? No friends. Just me and my husband and Choice. And then we had one friend who moved with us, but it was just us. And we had no jobs when we came. We had about $8,000 that we had saved up. And all we had was my dream of pursuing my acting career and praying to make it big one day, right? And so when I first came, I got here, I worked at Macy's. I got a job within the first month of being here.
How sure you
And Chance had got a job at like a little law firm, like prepaid legal answering phones and stuff. And then he took the journey of becoming a police officer. I remember the day he came home and said, "Babe, I met these two cool cops today," which was very rare for us coming from the South. Like, we just didn't ever really encounter police officers the way he did, that looked like him and talked like him and was cool. And he was like, "I think I want to join LAPD." And I was like, "Really, babe?" He was like, "Yeah, it's good benefits, salary good. Then, we wouldn't really have to worry about one income being shaky. Like, you would always be able to pursue your dream without having to have like a real steady career outside of acting." And I thought, okay, ain't nothing that my husband can't do. That's how I believe. I believe if you want to do something, honey, try it out. That's the only way we're going to know if we're successful or not. And so I told him, I said, "Okay, babe, if you do this job, if you take on this journey in this career, give me 5 years." Because I still, as much as I supported him and was excited about it for him, the thought of my husband having to wear a bulletproof vest to work every day and putting his life on the line for others was commendable, but still scared me, And so I said, "You know what? Give me 5 years, babe. I'm gonna blow up. I'm gonna get this acting thing. I'm gonna blow up, and then I'll take you out of there. I'll retire you from LAPD, and then you can pursue something that you love. A dream that you have. And he said, "Okay, babe. All right, 5 years. All right, I'm gonna do it." And so he began that journey of LAPD, and here we are, 15 years later. I missed the 5-year mark, okay? But 15 years later, I have said to him, "Babe, it's time. It's time." And it's a bittersweet moment because it has been an emotional roller coaster for the last 15 years of him being a police officer. As we know, it's been tough as a Black man. And then also being an officer, it has been very tough. And when my husband went on this journey, he really felt like he could make a difference. And I know that he has in his community. I know that he has done his part. But I also know that it's time for him to dream again. It's time for him to think like a child and think, "Ooh, when I grow up, what do I want to be?" And it's something else. It's time for a new journey, a new chance at life, right? And God has blessed us. He has blessed me that I can retire my husband. Not 5 years, but 15. And honey, we're going to take it, okay? So today he is taking all of his things and turning it all in at LAPD. So it's bittersweet. And I'm grateful and I'm thankful. Oh, but I have been speaking this for quite some time. One day I'm going to retire my husband. And it has happened today. So, yeah, I want to talk to him before he leaves. He's a little emotional, right? He's trying to process it all. It has taken him a year to make this decision, but he has made it. And I'm so proud of him. But I'm so excited for him to do some of the things he's always loved to do, but has never really had the courage to do because of fear of, "No, baby, somebody got to have a steady check coming in this house," right? And then I got a steady one, okay, that can provide for both of us, our entire family. And so my husband loves music. He loves children. He loves basketball. So I want him to dream bigger and figure out whatever his path is, honey. And if it take him 15 years to figure it out, he got time. So anyway, let's talk to him real quick before he leaves. All right, babe. It's about to go down. 15 years. Come to this day.
Mm-hmm.
It's bittersweet.
Yeah. Bittersweet.
How you feeling?
A little conflicted. It's part of my identity. It's been the thing that is taking care of my family. It's been the thing that has gained, much respect within my family when it comes to me. And to be quite honest, I didn't know how much of my identity was involved in it. However, good that I'm able to make it this long, learn something, not have any major incidents, and be in a situation where I can walk away in my right mind and without harm. So I'm thankful for God's blessing. It was it was one of my seasons, but looking forward to the next.
Yeah, time to start dreaming again, ain't it?
Yeah. Start looking for a new chance.
Hey, very good.
Yeah.
My husband and I, we sat outside in our backyard last year, August 22nd, 2017. You can see all these things on here. And we made a list. This is my list. He had his list. And we said we will make a list of all the things that we're believing in God for and what we want for ourselves. Now, I want you to listen clear, all right? I want you to hear me when I say this. I wrote this last August 22nd, 2017, after being on disability for over a year and on unemployment, making $400 barely a week, which in some places that's good money for some people. Out here, honey, that barely pays my light bill, okay? And that's just honesty. That's just honesty. Lord, that fly. And I had no money in my bank account. No money in my bank account. I had, and I say no money because I had $380 in there, but my car payment was $365. So that had to be paid. Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay. No savings, none of that. Because I've been on disability for a year. I had used up all my savings, and I had used up everything I could to survive. But we said, let's make a list. And so my list says, I'm not going to go over everything, but I want to share a couple with you that are important. Number 2 was I wanted to book a national commercial before the end of the year. Okay, before the end of December. And as an actor, most times, honey, that's how we make our living. We book a commercial, and that commercial plays, honey, we get paid on residuals. Every time it plays, we get a check. That's how we survive. And so I was like, Lord, I know if I can book a commercial, I can, make maybe some money. I don't know, Lord, how I'm going to do this because I ain't auditioning, but maybe I can get back out there for the end of the year because this is August, right? I also said, Lord, I want to pay off all my debt. I want to be debt free, and I want to be able to have a savings with my husband. Get back into acting. These are all the things I said. I had a little cape. I make waist capes for women. I said, Lord, I need to at least sell 5 capes per month. Okay. Number nine, these are small things. I said, Lord, I don't want to ask for too much. These were small things. I said, Lord, I don't want to ask for too much. And I said, Lord, I would like to purchase a home in 2018. But listen, I ain't had no job. Okay, I ain't got no job. I ain't had no money. But these are just things I said, I believe in God, so I'm going to just put down what I want. I want to purchase a home in 2018. I would like a network TV show. I want to be on a TV show with beginning of longevity. Okay, God, I want to meet a powerful mentor who can help me with my career. I want to find a new manager that can take my career to the next level. I want to stay healthy by eating right and staying active. I want to stay focused on my goals. I want 3 or more sources of income. I want to retire my husband in 5 to 8 years if he wants to stop working. A lot of you don't know that my husband is a police officer. He has to wear a bulletproof vest to work every day, and that makes me uncomfortable. And if I can take him out of that and allow him to do something to live his dream, that is what I'm going to do. Yes.
See, they trying to get to life, not just living life. And I can relate to that. I can see that. See what I'm saying? But a lot of people, their idea of a relationship is, what are you bringing? What are you got? What are you bringing to the table? What are you, like it's contractual, like it's just a business. And I'm not faulting them for thinking like that.
Well,
Because
the
we all,
way it was set up,
huh?
but that's how it was set up. It's they they made everything into a business,
Mm-hmm.
and so that they can capitalize off of it, taxes, other hidden fees, and things like that. So that's why we think we've gotten so far away from spiritual original contracts, and and it's sad because you do away with unconditional love.
Exactly. And
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 so I
how
can't love you unless we have some type of business endeavor.
exactly. And
And so we got to come back to the original spiritual marriage and commitment, you know. It's just all a setup. Mm.
yeah, it's all a setup. We have us self-hate ourselves. And like I always talked about, um, we, in our reality, in all our reality, their dollar is like it's a way of them controlling us.
Exactly, it's control. Hmm.
That's why they killed Gaddafi. See, if they didn't kill Gaddafi, we would have been better off as a people by now, because Gaddafi would have been able to pull it together over there and got you know and achieve. But the Federal Reserve is not going to allow anybody to threaten the dollar. They're not going to allow anyone. He was a threat. They took him out. He was a threat. They took him out. All because he was willing to do something that would benefit us over here in America greatly. But our people wouldn't see it like that. A lot of majority of our people don't see it like that, or they're not able to see it like that. But if someone was to come up with some new currency, they would no longer have a chokehold on the people.
Well,
So,
they do. They actually do, for some years now.
mm-hmm.
Akon has his own, and it's doing well.
Yeah.
But like you said, I think it's just that we don't trust and we are codependent
Mm-hmm.
on the system. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's sad.
We become what they call that syndrome when you love your kidnapper. You
I
love.
call it codependent, but I don't know.
Yeah, that. But I think this is the Wendy Williams show. I'm going to see if this is the Wendy Williams show. Because she had a lot to say about Tabitha. Let me see if I can find her. Wendy Williams. And that woman, they're just trying to find life. I've been there. Like people, we, you know, we're in a situation that takes us there, that actually puts us in that situation, because, and, you know, we expect of our men who are, let me see if she talks about it in this video. I don't know what that is. Okay, here it goes.
But there's this woman. Her name is Tabitha Brown. Oh, you know her? Clap if you know her. Okay, good. I don't know her.
I know you can't
Well,
hardly
she's an
see it.
influencer, and she's saying that she's retiring her husband. He's been a police officer for 15 years, and he wants to live out his dreams. Take a look.
I have said to him, babe, it's time. It's time. It's time for him to dream again. It's time for him to think like a child and think, ooh, when I grow up, what do I want to be? And it's something else. It's time for a new journey, a new chance at life, right? And God has blessed us. He has blessed me that I can retire artistry.
Nope. I was married to one of those. I make the money and so on and so forth. Go live your dreams, buy a business, stay with me, but go. See how that turned out. I predict that this marriage is going to be on real rocky ground in a moment. Live your dream. Then they invest in stuff and they lose the money. And then they invest in something else and the money gets swindled or stolen. Then they invest again. Then he comes home and throws his bag down. And he's like, and she's like, what? And he's like, I can't do this. And this is your fault. You're over here making all your money and stuff. You had me quit my job and I can't find my live like a child. No, but you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, no, you work. Being a cop was a big part of his identity. He liked it, but she came to him and said that. I clap if you understand what I'm saying. Hospice. Damn.
So
okay. I don't know this woman because I don't follow social media like that regarding influencers and what all goes on. This woman, her name's Tabitha Brown.
So what do you think about that?
Well, that's It's a two-edged sword. Um, our black men have been reaching to be like the white man for so long across the world, and it still happens, right? So they keep trying to get to a place in themselves, but not only that, they skip over themselves and really try to have the materialistic mindset. They mask it with this saying, "Oh, men uh, have this visual thing. They made this shit up because we are all spirit, okay?
Right.
And if we all start from there, then what changed? So we have to be honest in that area of, uh, you know, it, gender. We just put it that way in that gender area, and just speaking on the man. If you're not content and you don't know who you are, of course you're going to be failing to survive, and not look at it as a blessing that you're able to shapeshift into a place where you can actually do your due diligence as a man, protect and serve the community and your family.
Exactly.
We don't think of that as a whole. We don't think of it as that because our eyes and our heart and our conditioning has fucked us up so bad that they can't shake out of it.
It's that ego. That ego is
It
strong.
is so ego,
It's
and
strong.
women have it too,
I
and
know.
it's so bad to the point where, now what they do is they even go a little deeper. What they'll do is hide even more of their emotion and not talk about it and slam it and get around like-minded men, women like that, and feed more of their ego to the place where they are shape shifting to get there, selling their soul, being depressed, all because of what? There is a group of people that you want to be just like, which it has nothing to do with where we're going. Because where we're going, that shit is gonna die, and then what you gonna do?
Because it's an illusion.
Everything is returning back to its spiritual state. So it's not like you have an option. You get what I mean? You don't have a freaking option. You have to do what where you're going to gain your strength. You get your ass in place and quit worrying about what the quote unquote society or money or the conditioning of of a man that was given to you by a group of people that hate you. They won't.
Because they created his mind.
Exactly.
They made him like he is. They made us the way we are. But when we recognize who we are, we can break free. We can break free from all that.
Yeah.
And then know who we are. Like Wendy even has the issue. Look at her, want to be a white woman.
Well, yeah, I'm saying it's no gender. Like, it doesn't discriminate.
Exactly.
It's a race. So whoever's winning will have the majority or the influence. Let's say that the influence, the ear. So yeah, I think it's sad, but true.
Yeah.
Something's wrong with the. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you clear.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I agree wholeheartedly with what you said. It's so true. That's exactly. Um, and you know, Bill Cosby had time to sit back and see and examine his situation, examine his dealings in the past with who he was dealing with, and know what he was dealing with. Because I truly know of the devil outside of me. I truly know of the devil definitely outside of me, and the possession that was once in me that is no longer. Now you got disconnected, cuz. So DOD, got anything to say, buddy?
Hey, how you doing? Can you hear me?
You're welcome. Yeah, we hear you clear.
Okay, good. Because I got a new mic and a new computer, and I'm trying to still try to figure out how to work it.
Nice.
But yeah, what's so what's up with the sisters nowadays? Well, the brothers as well, but the sisters are getting into it now with the bashing of black men.
No,
Now
I
we got
know
Wendy
they know they
Williams.
want to tear down nice relationship they don't even know anything about.
Yeah, but why? What's their
And
motivation?
because I was gonna say you start at one thing and it becomes you become the destructor of everything. You start destroying you start thinking you can destroy one thing, and then it spreads into a greater thing, and it becomes, let's destroy the black family
Well, like Bear,
because
I
we
had always
have.
been, yeah, had always been optimistic about black men and women getting together. I'm starting to fade, sis. I'm
DOD.
seeing
Yeah,
more and more foolishness from our people.
it's sad. I'm a married woman, DOD, but every single time I'm out here, I have a man ask me, "Are you married?" Well,
Right.
sometimes he don't even ask me if I'm married. And I'm like, well, what's the freaking problem? Why can't, I know what the problem is. We have been torn apart as a community. That, and we just been, we've had a hurricane. What's the highest hurricane? Hurricane 10, Hurricane 6 come through and just totally demolish who we want as a people. So
So let me ask you: do you think this is just strictly on YouTube, or is it spilling out and over into regular
I
society?
think it's in regular society
You
because
think so?
why am I getting so many men? And I've always, and I'm like, if there's a shortage of men, how come I'm one woman and I have a man and I have all these men asking me, black men asking me, you
Well, I
know?
mean, do they know you're married? Do they know you're with someone? Do they see like
No,
a
they
wedding
don't
ring
know.
or?
They don't know. No.
So that's why they're trying to get at you then,
They want a woman.
right?
They can't, they just want a woman.
But they're not trying to get with white women.
No, they're not. They don't want to. No.
But if you listen to the ladies here on YouTube, that's all black men want.
Yeah, exactly. But I did see a couple couples, but you got to realize all that's orchestrated. The white woman, she does that. The white man, he does that. It's all for a purpose,
Yeah.
a deep purpose. But you know, um,
So what was
they were
what
always
was
doing us.
what was Wendy Williams going at? What's it say here?
Yeah,
Tabitha Brown.
yeah, going at Tabitha
I
Brown.
don't even know who that is. But what was her issue?
Her issue
Wendy
with
Williams.
Tabitha Brown was that she's retiring her husband after 15 years of being on the police force.
Ah.
And she was happy about that, and that was a goal of hers. And that
Mhm.
was, obviously a goal of theirs, her and her husband. And, it was, she shared that. And she was able to achieve that. And here comes all the naysayers who want to say, see, this is a no good guy. Just
Okay,
automatically.
so the brother worked for 15 years on the force. He wasn't quitting. He was still working those 15 years, right?
Yeah, he worked those 15 years. She
Yeah,
just
so
retiring him from having to work again.
right. Now see, I don't know if I could do that. You know, I don't
Yeah.
know if I could, but I don't see why, because I guess because Wendy Williams's marriage failed, she's gonna try to project that onto this Tabitha Brown lady and
So
say
she
that
did that to
it's
almost,
a mistake to
yeah,
retire
so,
him.
yeah, I almost see her doing that to a lot of people, a lot of females. So,
Oh, really?
yeah.
Yeah, I don't keep up with these people, celebrity people or whatever.
And I couldn't have that kind of show, you know.
Yeah.
I'm, you know, just the gossip, talking about others and their relationships and my relationship. That's not my life. That's not life to me. That's death. You know.
Well, I can see if these people were successful in their relationships and they're talking about how to be successful in it,
Exactly.
telling other women and men how to be successful in relationships. But to have your marriage fail and then bash someone else who's actually, as long as Tabitha's happy and the brother's happy with whatever the arrangement is, well, who else's
Yeah.
business is it? You know, who else's business is it?
And
So,
then I hear this thing that marriage is a contract. And then I was telling my cousin, she broke it down beautifully, that about our spirituality and how we, you know, our people, we're mixed up in the minds. And I was saying, when the two worlds come together, it brings confusion. And that's what it has done. It has demolished us and confused us into a place where we are thinking not like Africans, not like, we're not true Africans, because I did a video on that. I'll probably do another video because I think they took that video down. And that because I probably hit a nerve and I'm gonna hit it again.
yeah.
Okay. So we're not thinking in our proper way we're supposed to think. We're thinking in a demented way that our oppressors think. So we're living, not enduring life or enduring life.
Yeah, I heard your cousin saying that black men are trying or chasing white men dreams.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's, we all are. I mean, it's beyond me why you would say black men only is doing that when you are doing it yourself. When black
Right.
women are doing it themselves.
Yeah,
They're doing the
that's
same
true.
thing. If you want your man to be like this white man, then you want him to be the white woman.
Yeah, it makes sense.
You know?
Yeah. I didn't mean to
What
run
is
your
that?
cousin
And
off.
then you have to think, what is that? Really?
Yeah.
It's just a illusion to me. It's not
Yeah.
real. What's a white man and what's a white woman? No, because we had a lot of this. We gave them life. We gave them culture. We gave them our souls because they don't have it. We gave them those things. So they now immolated us, and we call it color, but it's not a color. It's just culture.
Yeah.
It's life that we gave. And they took and abused us.
And unfortunately, we allowed it.
Yeah.
You know, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Because I don't try to do or be what white men do.
Exactly.
That's not me.
Not all people. Yeah, not
Your cousin says she's back.
Yeah, she's back. But not all. We know that it's not all. She's just saying in general, you know.
Yeah.
But it's not.
Well, of course, yeah, it's not all. Yeah.
Like I said, not all of us think like this.
Yeah.
You know, not all of us are striving like, I'm not striving anymore to be that white woman. I may have once strived in that programming, but
Yeah.
I pulled myself out from that thinking, and I'm out of my damn mind, is what I call it now. I'm out of the damn wrong mind. That's, it was a damned mind, and I'm
Yeah.
out of that, and I'm in my right mind. Yeah.
I like that. That sounds reasonable.
Yeah.
To be out of your damned mind
Mhm.
and back into your reasonable.
Yeah. Yeah. All that stopped. All that desire stopped. And
Yeah.
I just wanted to come into my true self, my authentic self.
Yeah.
You know.
Truth is asking to be added back. So let me ask you, what about Cosby? How you feel about that?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I added it. Oh, the Cosby. Yeah, I was talking about that Cosby because he's. I've always known he was innocent. It burnt me up, the lies and stuff that they were doing. I seen them get away with so much stuff.
Yeah.
You know, even with the Trump thing, I've seen them get away with a lot of stuff. Pull a lot of things. You know, control, control. That's the name of the game.
Yeah. Hey, Truth, how you doing, sis?
Fine. How are you?
I'm good. I know
I don't know
you
what
had
happened.
you acknowledged me earlier, but you guys were talking, so I didn't want to interrupt.
Yeah, I was trying to say hi, and then I don't know what happened.
Yeah. How you been?
I've been hanging. How are you?
Good, good. I'm good. I'm doing okay. Can't complain.
Well, that doesn't sound encouraging. What's going on?
Nah, I'm good. I'm good.
Do I
I
need to
just
pull
watched,
some cards?
Maybe later.
watched
Okay.
the video. It was kind of, what did it say? It sounded like Cynthia G, and I heard the girl. Where'd you get her from?
Huh?
I'm asking DOD where he get her from.
Get who from?
The girl with the half mask.
Queen Mayat.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've known her for quite a while.
I think I know her.
You probably do. You probably
What,
have heard her
what,
before.
who y'all talking
What
about?
happened?
I
Oh
couldn't,
no,
make
it's
out
a
what.
long story.
Yeah.
A long story.
It's
I
a
got
long story.
time. I
Uh,
got time.
yeah, we got time. Go ahead and explain.
Yeah.
I just couldn't
I,
understand what you was asking her. Do you still love me?
What? Ah!
well, let me explain, guys. So everybody up here on this panel was clear, very clear of what I'm talking about. Okay, since you guys said you have time, I'm going to explain it from the beginning.
Yeah. You.
Okay. Well, I met Queen Mayat over on Twitter,
Let me get
and
the
her
card.
and I used to go back and forth with the racist people over on Twitter.
Mhm.
But recently, she's changed up her ideology and started thinking more on the white man side. She's turning into a Candace Amber Owens. And so me asking her if she still loved me, mean, in a friendship way, but more in a, because she has a white mindset now. Do she still love the brothers? Is
She
what I was saying.
She divested.
Right.
That's the word. That's the word.
And right. And so what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to bring her back home, bring her back over to our side.
Mm.
That's what I mean by when I say bring her back home. And then when I say I'm asking, do she love me? I mean, do she love black men?
Whoa. Okay.
I divested a long time ago, and that was the biggest mistake. But no, I take it back. I learned a lesson.
Yeah, I've never done that. I've never tried to be with no white woman.
Well, I was confused.
You never what?
I never tried to get with a white woman.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
It's hard to find or run into men that are like that.
Mm.
I don't see why. I think there's a whole lot more of us brothers out here like that, like myself, than you guys realize.
Oh
There
well,
there
I'm sure in your age group.
So you don't
is.
think any of the people in your age group, any of the men of your age group, just have never did that look on your face.
But there is a lot of guys out here that are they love their black women. So you know,
I don't see what the attraction is. I really don't. In a
It's
white
not.
woman.
it's
It's
just
it's a fantasy.
yeah,
That system that I was telling y'all about, we do have some subliminal residue
yeah. It's
culturally and individually. We just don't want to admit that. Now, if you want to, you know, not be of a system and clear it out, it takes time. Look how many decades, centuries we have been drilled to do and believe a certain way. Coming away from that, going back to your original self, it takes a lot, but it just being humble about it. See, that's the thing, that's the direction that pisses me off. Men and women, people don't want to be humble about it. They rather keep the same damn pride that the white, or well, let me not even say white because it's a race, right? So
right.
it's a system, and everybody who's in that system that's winning, they on the same team. Then you know you shape shift if you got enough money to get in, just like a organization,
Mhm.
So it's like it is not for the whole people, for the people. It is all about the system, self power, basically.
Mhm.
So if we just be real honest, we could probably repair um, the. I guess I would start here. Most people are concerned about the culture, Black culture.
Right.
And they're stating that, okay, now the women are bashing the men or whatever. Well, hell, that's been going on since I can fucking remember. Because with me being a child and having my parents arguing and crap, and I'm in the middle of it trying to counsel them, that it was going on back then and before that.
Mhm.
So it's just another face now, but it's the same ego, it's the same manipulation and control. Because to me, what's the loudest now is, haha, I told you so. Okay, that's the women now. Now, okay. And then the platform will change, and then the men will be up and they be like, this is so fucking second grade. This is so old. This is the damn hamster wheel that we go around as people. Where is the original? We don't know, because we don't know ourselves. We haven't spent enough time out in natural shit that we just listen to what's given to us. Codependency of a system that don't fucking even care about us. I don't care what color you are. They would rather for you to die, so they don't have to deal with you.
Mhm.
It's so sad, but so true.
Yeah, it's as
But
hell.
we want as a people be humble about that. And God forbid this black race thing. It's like a barbecue. Have you ever went to a barbecue and one couple or two couples get together and over in the corner and they got a real good conversation, and then everybody come over to that because they like, nah, let me get such and such a pink. That's what this fucking shit is.
Mhm.
And it's never a resolve. It's awful. All because of ego.
Mm.
All because the system has our numbers, all of our numbers.
Mm.
It breeded us.
Yeah.
And we just can't sit for a moment to find our original power individually.
Mm.
That's my 2 cents.
Mhm. That's why I said a lot of people we see they don't go within themselves. If they did really deal with themselves, they wouldn't be out here like that, like they are, you know. Um,
Well, I damn sure wouldn't be bashing if I cared about, a particular race, I
mhm,
damn sure would be bashing that race
mhm,
or gender if I'm trying to make a difference.
mhm. But some people, they don't. I mean, they don't even. I don't know. It's confusing
They
to me.
don't care. They're reaching for the system.
Mhm.
Have you ever, it's like crabs in a bucket.
Exactly.
But
So
don't you
I
okay.
said, come out of
but
it.
some crabs be like, oh, I'm gonna wait to the bottom till they get
Mhm.
all the way up to the top, and then I'm gonna just raise up a little bit. I'm gonna knock this one right here down, and then I'm gonna go for it. That's
But
what
so
we
now let me
do.
ask you, Truth. Have you ran into this issue in your everyday? I'm not talking about YouTube, but I mean in your everyday life. Are you running into this situation where black men and black women are speaking down on each other?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
It's so sad. Um, it's the system. It's how we were affected by our mom and our dad. We can't get away or shake that healing, like get healed from that hurt. And we just and I get it, because there's some things that I want to be healed from, and if I could, I would, you know what I mean? So I'm not judging. But if you can speak on a situation that you want to change, okay, for more than an hour around like-minded people, then you have the energy to do what it takes to change yourself, to get the change to come forth. But see, we're not really wanting it. When somebody wants something, they gon' really do whatever it takes. So it's shutting down all of this ego that nobody really wants to do. But
Exactly.
you use that energy to talk about your sister, your ex-wife, and or your husband, your ex-husband. I mean, your children. I mean, come on.
But you know what's disturbing to me, ladies, is that, well, I know Light Bear, she has daughters, but Truth, you have a son, and to hear black women speak on black men the way they do, it kind of disturbing if they have sons, because that means you're telling your son, because your son is listening to this, even if it's not the words, it's your attitude. And so those
Yeah,
sons are hearing and understanding that they're not no good, or that black women consider them not being, not to be any good. So that
yeah.
that
But
has
see,
to
this is
be
the
that's
challenge.
dangerous.
But it's dangerous both ways.
Right, right.
See, I, I'm a witness to being that woman who encourage and lift up the men. You know what I'm saying? Even though I know they're not right, I don't care about that. But to teach our son and bash women and other
Mm.
men and other systems, there's no solution. Uh, Solution is nowhere around. So the son is getting no solution, just a bunch of gossip, because that's what it boiled down to. So it goes both ways to where we gotta stop. It's wrong on both sides.
It is.
I agree.
Bad.
It's looking at the greater issue is to
Thank
take down the
you.
Black family, period.
Thank you.
And
Take gender out of it.
right.
The woman is much more powerful than the man.
Mhm,
And there's no going around that.
mhm.
But the man is needed. And how are we going to even get out of this hole of belief that we gossip about
Mhm.
if we're not really trying to shut up? We're not trying to shut up. We're not trying to
Come out of the
make
circle.
amends. Nothing. There's
We need,
nothing there.
we need to come out of the circle because, like that song I love to play, it says, "You got me going in circles, around and round again." That's all we've been ever doing. It's
That's the cycle that needs to be broken.
circle.
It needs to be broken.
Yeah.
And we need to start over again and stop looking at onesies. When I say onesies, I'm saying individuals that don't get it. We get so discouraged on the outside of our skin
Mhm.
if we position ourselves and we say, okay, well, I don't care what anybody else is gonna do. But as soon as it hits, like you're not gonna be tested, there are spells upon our lineage for centuries that I've been working on for years that is for us to forget, to be confused, and to get angry.
Mhm.
So if we're not aware of certain things and we don't, we get on track on a lot of things, and then once it hits home, it's just like all the work is gone. Like, what the hell happened? Why did you give up again? Why didn't you just come and communicate to your accountability partner? No. Fuck that. They just, no, I'm giving up. Because it's still attached to the root cause, the hurt, the pain, the mama, and you're just being quiet. You're not doing the work.
Mhm.
You're not doing the work.
Exactly.
Some people, have you ever heard they say, okay, I'm gonna give it a try. I'm gonna give it 24, 48 hours. I tell, please just don't even get out on the track, please. Just don't even, just go on. Go on over there to the gossip section. Don't even get on the track. Because this is longevity. This is strength. When you're pregnant with something, you can't say, oh, I'm not gonna have this baby. The fuck? You gotta go all the way through.
Mhm.
When a real man is protecting and serving their community and family,
Mhm.
when they've been training all this time, and danger comes to the door, they ain't gonna be like, oh no, I ain't gonna step up and do what I've been trained and made to do. Come on.
Right.
We are giving up because we never got started. We really, in our heart, we're weak.
Right.
We're
We don't
weak.
focus- Yeah, we don't
But
focus
see,
on
I believe
what is going good.
I don't believe. Well, because my generation, it was just second nature to protect the family, the woman, and the community. There wasn't anything that had to be told. You know what I'm saying? It was just innate in us. It was just there. But nowadays, I'm hearing a lot more sisters like you true saying that these brothers, they ain't been trained, and maybe it's because they didn't have the grandfathers and the fathers around like
Right.
I
They
did,
did.
like I did, because my father and grandfather, I knew both of my grandparents were together for decades, and my mother and father.
Yeah.
So maybe that's the difference.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You all by yourself, even in your age group and before your age group. Cause my dad didn't have no home. Honey, his front door of his house was open all the time.
They didn't have
All the time. In and out. In Lextown. Like seriously, he don't know what the hell he's walking into. It's dark in the house. Ain't no man around. His mama, who's an asshole, is just bitching about nothing. Ungrateful.
Wow.
That's not no man. That's a man. That's a boy that never had a chance. So
Yeah.
yeah, you by yourself, babe. My daddy in the grave, and he would be 75 right now. November the 17th. Like, no. And in the South, I don't know where you from. In the South, they made it very hard
Yes, they did.
for black men
Well, yeah,
to
yeah,
even
yeah.
have anything.
And that's why my father moved away, because I was born in Louisiana, but when I was a year old, he moved to California to get away from the South and what was going on there, and he
That's
started
a
working for
wise
United
man.
Airlines.
Yeah, that's a wise
So
man.
yeah,
And
he
that's
moved his
what
family out early.
exactly. And you know what? That is exactly what I was talking about. You will do whatever it takes to change. You will pack your family up. It will cost you even your life. Because you know what? To be honest with you, your father know damn well if it's a risk riding down them streets going to another state to state. Every time a black man will ride with his family, there is a chance that they all will be in jail. In the South,
Yep.
Yeah.
they take the kids and all. You know what that does mentally?
But then my question is, why are we running to want to be with white men and white women?
Because the
It's
system
totally
raised
illogical.
the
Let's
system
explain it.
raised them that way. They ain't have nothing else to believe.
Let me explain why. Because the whole thing is with them, you know, it's natural for them to be that way. So this is their natural process. And we're in the dark. So we don't know ourselves. We don't know the greatness about ourselves that they want so badly to have, and what they need to get off the planet
Exactly.
is our DNA. So why, that it's like she said, set up to have us destroyed, where we come, women could go run into the white man, because that's what the white man wants.
That's that is so true. And another thing is that I feel like it was a group of people, but mostly, white men. They would it was just hatred because they were inferior about, the woman. They couldn't capitalize off the woman's gift. If you notice what this system is, it's clearly a race. But we never ask, when did the race start? It didn't start with black and white. It started with, how can I be better and bigger than something I know I can't do?
Right.
Give birth, heal people. Have you ever been in a school predominantly right? And you try and try to be yourself, and you're yourself, and you have one unique gift, but they're jealous of you because they don't have that one thing. They got the money, they got the ear of the principal. You see, you left behind. Like, it's a race. I need to take everything from you so I can feel better. That's what this shit is all laid out like this for. Absolutely bankrupt.
It's a trap for us. That's what I connect with the story that was told about the devil trying to get you in hell. He was trying to tempt you to take his place so that he can take your soul and he can have what you have. And so he steals your soul and he throws you into hell without a soul. So that's the same thing. That story is actually our story, our situation. Now we've been tempted. Black man wants to be with the white woman and not know that he's making children that are becoming soulless. The black woman wants to be with the
Well,
white man,
hell,
not knowing that she's creating children. Herself is coming back through soulless.
but I don't see a difference in that to a black man having a black woman
Mm-hmm.
in corporate America and striving and racing after this system. I don't see the difference. It's the system that's a common denominator.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's the system, but the system is
It
set
has nothing to do with
away from
the
yourself.
children that don't know it. You can take a seed, and of course we're not flowers, okay? But we could take a seed. But we are a seed. We are a star as well. But it's about how you nurture it with the most basic natural nutrients.
Exactly.
Because one thing I get disgusted. I used to get disgusted with parents about how they don't like their kids, or they don't like their husband, or they don't like someone in the neighborhood or whatever. But as soon as the very thing that come out of their body
Mm-hmm.
had the same issue, oh, you forgive them.
Yeah, yeah,
You get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. That's very
you
true. Yeah,
know, and you know what? That test comes around on purpose. It tests you because it lets you know that it's petty off top.
Mm-hmm.
It's petty. You've lost sight of where where we originally come from. And it's not like people don't have people like myself who who's coming to tell them. They do. Because I believe in the law of what goes around comes around, and it circulates, and energy just flows
Right.
around you as you are putting it out. It comes back. And no one can deny that the eyes are not open now. Matter of fact, they take an opportunity. They take an opportunity to say, "Oh yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. I knew this on the on what though? On your brother's sorrow,
Mm-hmm.
on where he's blind. Like, like you should be sad. You should be like, damn, this is fucked up if he's thinking like this. Not bashing. Like, there's an illness here.
Right. They're not
You
listening.
laughing at people because they're sick. Like, this is an illness. Like,
Yeah, they're not listening to themselves. They're not listening to their Akashic records of memories, of remembering themselves, putting themselves back together. They're not even paying attention to none of that
I
because
think they don't have any choice now.
so
They pay attention. They just starting to choose now, and then that's cool. But like I said, I'm not putting my eyes on it anymore. I'm not wasting my energy anymore. When I hear women, and I got plenty of them that complain, that comes through. I got men who complain. I got both of them. But you know what? To me, it's no different from me being the damn weird one in school who always cool with everybody. And don't come to me talking about, to be clicked up with you. Hell no. Hell no. Because I'm trying to get to the unconditional love, nigga. I'm not gonna be up bashing this, that, and that. If I got a problem, then I know it doesn't go outside of my skin. If I get upset, I know it's something on the inside of me that need to be corrected. And I have to do that work. Coming to you ain't gonna damn resolve it. Case in point, when you got a parent that ain't gonna damn change, and you want all this attention, you want them to just do this, and you want them to be this way and this way and this way, so you can feel better, and that shit don't never come around, then what you gonna do? Shit. People really just need to be like, okay, it ain't gonna never happen. Like, I need to quit tripping. Like, I need to take the steps, get a accountability partner, and heal. I got a whole motherfucking community to sit out here and police. Like these gangs and shit, hell, they need to be like policing the goddamn community. Wasting damn energy, killing each other.
exactly. They should be our
Damn
force,
security.
our military force. Yeah, that too.
It's crazy.
It is.
So do you
It
guys
is.
see
I don't know.
any solutions?
Yeah,
You think it's going to get worse before it gets better?
the solution are people need to come off the bandwagon and just stop drinking the juice. And
Yeah, because they drinking it by the gallon.
get off
They
the
are drinking it by the
wagon.
gallon.
Get off the wagon. Go within self. Listen to the ancestors. Hear your Akashic records played.
Yeah.
You gotta listen to the voice. I listen for the voice. I've seen things.
Follow peace.
Before I got married to my husband, I was in the park, and all of a sudden, this old couple. Well, this couple appeared. They were sitting by the lake, and they had the baby. They were old, like dressed in old style. And I was like, that has to be my grandfather's family, people, his mother and his father, because they had a crying baby with them. Next thing I know, they disappeared. And that was like, there was just a spiritual moment, one of many spiritual moments that I've had. And I'm just saying that, we don't realize what's around us because we don't see. We don't
Exactly.
look attention to things that are trying to communicate to us about who we are and why we are and what we need to do and what, right way we need to go in life. We don't even, they're like, hey, and we don't even see them because they're in a different dimension, but they're there.
Yeah.
Communicating. You can see them if you really look, I think.
Well, there's going to be a whole lot of people, black men and women, they're going to have a whole lot to answer to when they meet their ancestors.
Yes, they are. Even
all
before
this cooning going on, they're going to have to answer to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I
see,
mean,
that's the thing.
even
Like,
the thing now, there's these foreigners coming over, and they sound like us, and they look like us, and they blend in, and they really cooning it up there, up high, being on television, and talking against us in many instances. So
oh, honey, they come. I mean,
yeah,
well, like I said, the I feel like people are getting their experiences within 2 hours from judgment. Like everybody has judgment sitting in the seat of their gut. And so, you can stand up and say X, Y, Z 1 hour, and your experience will be standing right there when you turn around. So, like, I don't give. That's why I don't care about all that. Like, we really do need to become more aware of and being grateful for the little things and stop looking on the outside of us so much at each other like judgment, while judgment is sitting right there in our gut. Like, it's so sad.
yeah.
It's so sad. But you know what? Everybody has a choice. And you know what? Those who want help, they'll reach out, and hopefully they'll reach out to the right people, because some people just decide on being assholes. They do not care.
They don't.
They trying to get their bag, and that's cool, but
Yeah,
That's not
but
right.
could you get the bag to
Right.
betraying
That's
your
not
people
right.
though to get it?
Can you
huh?
what?
I mean, could you? I just can't imagine myself betraying my people and my beliefs for money for the bag. It'd be most difficult for me to do some shit like
Me
that.
either. Not with the soul I have. I have no. Mm-mm. The money doesn't come before.
I,
It's it's a fake illusion to me.
I just
The dollar is an illusion. The only thing value is us. We put value in it because the man made it the system where
mm,
we got to have it.
yep. That's the only thing that validates it is our power. Us walking up, taking it. Cause listen, they don't kill people for nothing when when currency is formulated. They take folks out when there's power that's stepping up and growing. They take them out and they take over. It's back to the basics. It's the same monopoly. It's the same shit race that they've been doing against women and children. They don't give a fuck. And it's so sad that it's a lot of colors that's like that. I say people because I can picture in every race
Mm-hmm.
they mirror each other. Good, bad, indifferent, don't matter. It's just sad. What we gotta do is really be able to identify, and don't throw your pearls in the damn pig pen.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't give it over to something that you think is just color, because they don't give a fuck. It's like crabs in the
Budget.
you gotta know that person's heart. You gotta know, that you are affecting. Like, we have to like build underground, like literally.
Literally. Yeah. It's tough.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, like for myself, I don't see this in my everyday though. All the vitriol and the hatred for each other. Like I said, that's why I'm wondering if it's just on YouTube or if it's spilling over. I know Lightbearer says she feels it's spilling over
Well,
into
the only
into
reason
regular
I
society.
say that is because there's a lot of single men.
Oh
Right.
well, you gotta factor in though, deal. You gotta factor in these folks are just because they don't say anything doesn't mean their heart is not pumping in that. Like let's just take corporate America. Now you've been in corporate America. You work for some companies that you've told me that I know are snakes. Okay, and they don't come in ghetto and because it's called ethics. Okay, so but you look at the character outside of just go to happy hour. Just go to happy hour with them.
But truth, it's not where you work, it's the person that you are.
Right,
So
exactly.
that should never change.
Exactly. So if your mouth is shut because of a contract, your mouth is shut because of
But
a
it shouldn't
contract.
be though.
Now, come on, now we gotta
If
be.
you feel
Okay, well
yeah,
let's
if you
go
have to
over
be
this.
able to walk away from that job if you feel that they're doing something that's unethical to you.
No,
Yes.
no. I'm not talking
I
about that.
agree.
I'm talking about people who are actually unethical that work there.
Right.
It's backstabbing other people, having hidden agendas. They do that all day long.
This is true. But you have to
They
be able
keep
to weed that out and to get away from it.
Yes.
And I don't mean just get away by just quitting your job or anything, but even within the job, just leave those people alone. Don't
no.
associate with.
I'm not saying anyone. I'm not. You saying like how is it bleeding over? No, it's in society. Like
Yes.
it's just that the only thing that it's just hidden is quiet. Now though, everything's coming to light.
Right.
When you put pressure on something, Spirit came in and was like, do, 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 and everything's just crumbling. What do you think's gonna happen? People start showing their real motherfucking colors.
The true colors.
They
Yeah.
true colors.
Cyndi Lauper.
They've been having it all along, DOD.
So you see, these people had these inklings, these feelings
What?
within them all this time, and it's coming out.
Yeah.
Yes, honey. Yes.
Free world.
So do you think it's the pandemic that
No.
started all of
His
this, or just
spirit.
always been there?
It's
It's the
spirit.
change.
It's always been there.
But
It's
energy,
always been there.
yeah, the change on the planet that's coming. That's
It's
happening.
always been there. My daddy taught me that early. Military is the first one that knows. They assess people. Am I lying or am I lying?
No,
Oh, I know. Yeah, you telling the truth. I mean, I get
Come
that.
on now. We gotta really understand people to and my dad I was so good. I was one of those psychic kids that just felt everything, seen everything, and cried because I was feeling sorry. My daddy had to literally take me and say, sit down. Let me uncover what's going on here. Let me give you a base. This is what you don't do. This is where you don't get your fucking feelings hurt. This right here is a lie. This has been flipped over 10 times before you even hear. Like, tears started drying up because I'm like, what the hell is going on?
Do you ladies realize that the picture right now that Lightbearer has up that would offend a lot of black men and women?
yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
It's sad, isn't it?
It sure is sad.
Because that's a beautiful family.
It is, yeah.
It's sad.
And that picture would offend a lot of black women and men
But
and
that's
women.
why they get. That's where they get the devil and the demon and the spirits that are flowing around into people. But all that is they've accepted a demented way of thinking. And so that demented way of thinking is offensive. So they're possessed, you might as well say. They don't see, you know, they're possessed. So they hiss at a picture like that.
Well, I was up on a panel with a young lady. She's part of the divestment movement,
Yeah, right.
and she
What's
said,
that?
That's when they want to go to a white man. 'Cause
yeah,
white men,
Oh,
they're divesting.
oh, okay.
That's one of the YouTube terms. But she was up there and she was talking about how the brothers don't like her dark skin. And soon as she said that, now this is before I realized that if she was really divested like that. But when she said that, I said, yeah, she has self-hate. And she don't like the brothers because she feels the brothers don't want a dark-skinned sister. And she's probably about the same skin tone as the lady on the picture there.
Mm-hmm.
But she did a live stream where she was showing the disparities of white men, what they made per year to what black men made per year. And she was saying that you should get a white man if you want to be comfortable, if you don't want to have to work and all of this,
Well,
all of those regular
Yeah, that's
talking
true.
points.
That's reality.
that's part of the benefits of,
Mhm.
of whiteness.
But to
Oh,
do
not
that,
just
but
white.
to do that, you have to betray your people, though.
No. It's all colors. It's all colors.
That's why I said it's benefit of whiteism.
But she was saying a black woman need to be with a white man if she wants to be comfortable.
Right.
So she don't want no struggle love, that she called it.
That's the
Struggle
truth.
love.
That's the truth. It's some and it's sad but true. If it's not, if a black dark skinned woman is with a black dark skinned man and they're rich, this is what trips people up. You can walk in their home and you can see dominance. You can feel it. There's some type of dominance, a race, somebody's not. It's not equal love, unconditional love until they like near death. It's a struggle because
Well, it
what we
definitely-
don't understand is that this system is so penetrated.
There's no love in it at all, though.
And that's the thing. Like
Mhm.
I feel like people want and desire in their dreams and like in their heart, but their actions is just fighting against them because they're looking and subconsciously reaching for that system. And so they revert back. They don't have a foundation like you, DOD. If everybody had a foundation like you, man or woman, okay, let's put people in that, no matter what color, then there would be a show and tell, not a what my dad used to say, do as I say, not as I do mentality.
So now, and don't bite my head off, but
I'm not.
you almost sound one of those divestive sisters or divesting sisters.
Oh, honey, I can relate to all of them, but I don't do Pink Peter. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I'm from the South. We already know what it is, okay?
Yeah.
The South, they just let you know right up, honey. You are a slave. Okay,
Right. But see, that's my point, though, sister. So I mean, you would get with a white man after you know his attitude.
Who? Me?
No, I'm not saying you. I'm saying some black women in the South,
Yeah,
they know those white men attitudes, but they will still get with
But they're
them.
settling for the money. They're in the system.
So that's what I'm saying. So they
They
would,
want to be a part of that.
so their self-respect goes out the window for the money.
Yeah,
Well,
the healing
more
is
than that.
real. The healing that's needed is real.
their whole self goes out. That goes.
See, the belief system has to be restructured. Like you have to really go to the core of why they have, like you said, like you called it 1000%. It's self-hate. It's a self issue. Anytime you gotta go outside of your skin, it's a self-hate issue. I had it. I know my mother didn't like no damn dark women. I'm darker than a motherfucker. Like every day growing up. I'm in the sun. But it's the thing in the South.
Right. Yeah.
You know? So for your own blood not to like you, you get affected, honey.
But my thing is, they're just as dark as the sisters are.
Who?
So they must hate themselves as well.
But you called that long time ago. So
But
you,
what I'm
you
saying
can
is,
just stop there. Like
right. But that's okay. I guess I'm trying to understand. How could you? Okay, I mean, I understand self-hate and all that, but how could you hate a sister that's just the same skin tone as yourself, and then you want something different? Because that means whoever else you go to, you're not bringing yourself to them.
But if
You have a self-hatred for yourself.
they have to be raised, right? And when you raised up and you are in a predominantly white area, your parents feel like that making it is going to a white area. So you're the only black child. So what do? You grow up and you see all these, you want to be white.
Okay, but the thing is, there are affluent black neighborhoods as well. Move there.
No.
And still be around your own.
That's not what our parents did.
No.
No, baby. If we could choose to tell our damn parents before we get here, get your ass over there.
Right.
We would do it.
The thing about it, DOD, like my husband, for example, he doesn't want to live in a black affluent neighborhood around our own people. So, you just have people that make those decisions, for their reasons. It's not that they don't.
It's not just their reasons, it's their belief system.
Right.
It's deep.
Yeah.
Because where I live in an all black neighborhood, and you have some Hispanics in here, but it's mostly black.
See, I would love to live.
And I've never had any issues here with
But you are a reflection of your beautiful, strong father and grandfather. Thank God.
Yeah.
Because can you imagine? Because you can't imagine. Look, you having a hard time. You trying to.
I'm struggling with it.
Why the hell? This shit ain't even. Because it's never going to make sense for somebody that literally, their parents stood up for them.
But the
you know what I
thing about it is that you recognize that is what makes you stand out. And then now you can see what the problems are. You can see why. You know what I'm saying?
And I know you want to help. Because hell, let me tell you. For me to have to go again, listen, this is what I had to do. I had to become a people pleaser or get my ass beat every day, and that's what I did. Then
you had to be a what?
A people pleaser in my household.
Oh, okay.
And get my ass beat every day, just because. Couldn't have no voice, didn't do it. So it's abuse. I had to come out of that and find people like you outside of my home, call them mom and dad, understand and take what my dad could not be, but his heart wanted. Take what my mom could not be, but do what her heart wants. Was the hardest thing to be sitting where I am today. Because you get told that all kinds of stuff. You get told, and especially in the South, you get called names. You are rejected every day. There's not a day that you don't get laughed at. And then you literally doing this to like fit in, and you know damn well you don't fit in because all you want to do is just come to a common ground. That's it. You see the problem, you see the disconnect. That's where you're sitting right now. You see the disconnect. But having that logic comes from living and accepting a belief system that system does not mirror. It does not care. It's to death. It will take everything you have and look over you and laugh at you. The same damn thing that we do to each other on YouTube. That's what that system do. It mirrors that system. That's something that you can't do. You don't like doing. Even if you were to do it, it would bother you. You would not get any sleep. I know, because I literally came from it broke my heart. I was made different. And then I became that, and it just did not. I can't. So I have to deny my family. I can't be around my family. You know how devastating that is in this world? Because all you hear is family this, family that, family this, family that. And then you gotta not have any bitterness. What the fuck? So you start to look for the solution. And you are lonely. You stand alone a lot of times until the opportunity comes to where you get onesies, meaning people who think like you and want to make a difference, but then you still like, well, damn, what can we do?
So let me ask you: Did you have to get some type of healing? Did you have to just? What did you do to heal yourself?
I danced since
Did you
I
ask?
was 4 years old. Since I was 4 years old, I would just lock myself up in the room and just dance. That would heal me. Literally, I cried. Crying helps a lot.
Yeah, you know what? I did
But
that
I was
same
talking.
thing, guys. I danced in my room to get over a lot of the beatings or a lot of the, you know, disappointments or whatever I went through.
You use your
My
gifts.
emotional thing. Like I said, I used to have my own audience and sing and dance. And yeah, that's
Kids
amazing.
do it today.
I just like imaginary people there. Yeah. I guess that's why I'm so spiritual. You know?
Yeah, you can't help it.
Connection.
Yeah, like it's just if you don't have it physically, you don't have a parent to say, hey.
I'm gonna step away from the computer here just for a moment. I'm gonna turn my air conditioning on. Give me just a moment. Okay.
If you don't have a parent to stand up for you in the physical, you got to do it yourself spiritual, or you just join the party.
Exactly.
Like you got to join it. Like you got to be there. But I'm like, I'd rather be called whatever
Yeah.
than to be like that toward somebody I say I love. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It just bothers me, you know? And I come from assholeness, you know, so I can get ignorant. You know what I mean? Like, it's in me. But
Okay, I'm
every
back.
time that I choose not to do that, I'm able to grow stronger and have the courage to walk away from that. It heals me. That heals my whole line.
I'm back, ladies.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's called self healing, and I used to do that all the time, and it went further than that. I would, you know, just like if I go to a place that I maybe not like, I would, turn it into something different and make it
Mhm.
likable, lovable. You know.
Let me ask you ladies a question. I don't know if Truth understands what the manosphere is, the black manosphere, but I think Lightbearer does.
Mhm.
But nowadays, they got a lot of brothers here on YouTube crying about women and how women treated them and how they couldn't get a date in high school for the prom and all this. So now they're on YouTube expressing their feelings. Do you ladies see that as a weakness in black men? Or should black men have the ability or be able to express themselves with each other here on YouTube?
Well, I'm gonna say this.
Mhm.
Let me go first. I know how that. I know how that feels. Okay. I don't look at gender. But men who are born under certain signs, they have to get it out. Okay. And they shouldn't be looked at as weak because of that. If we never had someone to share with or um, identify with, we would think we were the only ones. That's a blessing to have a voice.
Mm.
I know what it feels like to get punched in the mouth almost every day. Because if I say something or how I felt or whatever, it's overlooked or how dare you? You get what I mean?
Mhm.
I don't care if you are male. I don't care if you are female or child.
Right.
Express. We got to get to the point where we are able to just express. If you don't want to hear what they got to say, click off. That's how I feel.
And yeah, and that's what I do because there's no way I can sit around and listen to men cry. Just like that guy from Texas just typed in the chat. There's no way I could sit around and listen to men cry about something that happened in high school.
Well, let me put it this
30 years later,
this way.
they're still whining about it. I mean, if it hurt
But
you
let me
that bad, you
let
need to
me
get some
let me put
seek
it
some
to you
professional help.
right. Okay, let me put it to you this way. Me being a spiritual advisor, a coach, right, and I get a male who cry over the same old thing over and over and over and over, right? How come I can sit and listen to him, but I don't have a dick between my legs that was
That's
formed.
why, and that's why.
But y'all
No,
listen
no,
to
no, 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 no.
y'all listen to
But
men.
y'all want a solution. But you are the solution.
No, you're right.
How come you can't reach
The
out?
solution is stop crying about something that happened 30
No,
years.
no, no, no.
But
You need to go and reach out to that person
Yeah.
to see if they really, really need help or they just trying to get views or whatever. Because that's what I do.
No, this brother. Okay, I know. Like, well, I don't want to say names on here,
Well, you
but I
don't have
know.
to.
Right, but I know Lightbearer knew what I'm talking about. This brother's always complaining every year around prom, around prom time. He's
Well,
crying about not being able to get a date. He asked like 12 girls to go out with him. They said no, and then his mother and sister had to hook him up with 4 women with 4 girls that he said wasn't attractive to him, so he just didn't go. But every year he tells that story. I mean,
So
that's a problem to me when you got a grown man doing that.
but,
I'm talking about
okay,
here on YouTube.
But that's not.
I don't know
That's,
who you're talking about, DOD.
Obsidian.
I don't know that.
Oh, okay.
You know, you know the story. I got it on my channel. Him
I
crying
got
every
Oh,
single
his
year around
problem.
prom time.
What? Well, listen. That's his problem.
No, it is. But what I'm saying, he should go get some help, seek some help for that problem, because that's why he's on YouTube downing black women.
Listen to me. Listen to me. There is, trust me, there is more to that story than
He
just
must
that
have been
part.
asking white girls.
No, well,
Oh
yeah,
my
I don't
God.
know. I mean, it may have been an assortment. I
We
don't know.
don't know because
But
you
I would
didn't
think, they were all sisters because that's who he talks down on.
No.
You know, he doesn't talk down on all races of
Who
women.
cares
He
if
just
it's
talks down
sisters?
on black women.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
The fact of the matter, that's not the core of the issue. I guarantee you that. I can go undercover and know that. Because if there's no anybody who is out with a microphone is saying the same old thing every year, you gotta know that that's not the only thing. That's not at the core.
Okay, but that's part of the symptom. I'm just part of the reason why he does what he does. Now I'm not saying that's all of it, but I'm saying that's where it started. I honestly believe it started in high school. His hatred or
I
dislike
don't think so.
for black women.
No, sir. No,
Because he
sir.
asked 12 sisters to go out to the prom. They all rejected him. And then his mother and sister hooked him up with four sisters that he didn't like
That's the key right there.
physically. And so
That's
because
the
of
key.
that,
You just said it. Mother and sister probably fed that nigga's titty till you gotta understand, listen.
What was his-
You gotta hear people and then find out who's as close to them. Who enabled this man? This child, this boy that can't get out of himself, can't go deep enough to like. He might be afraid to
do what?
to be a man because he's got two women telling him and doing everything for him.
Well, I mean, the women, the girls that they chose, he said that they weren't attractive, so he just didn't go. Now you would think after asking 12 girls that he wanted to go with, they said no. If he really wanted to go that bad, just take one of the women that that his mother and sister hooked him up with.
And you know what? That's another damn problem. That may be another problem. And to me, with you telling me that, he just may be doing this shit for views.
Well, he says he does it for the money, but I think it's more than just doing it for the money. I think he really honestly has.
Do you not know who does it for the money? That guy.
Yeah, the guy Obsidian.
Okay, that's what I said. Like,
that's what he says. He does it for the money, but I believe it's more than that. I believe he actually really does have hatred for black women because of because he's a big old. Well, I don't know if I know you know Kevin Samuels. He's a big Kevin Samuels fan, and all they do on the Manosphere all day long is talk about black women.
But that's a come up though. So why wouldn't it be just for the money? It is for the money. That's the part of the power. That's the system that they can't pull away from. Like that's true. Like they gun for that shit. Like women gun for it.
Well, see, right. But see, I know there's a lot of brothers that can't get the women that they want. And so they love to hear people like Obsidian or Kevin Samuels talk down on black women. It makes them feel better about themselves.
Yeah.
If I was me,
so I mean, I get that, but again, you're gonna pay money to have somebody talk down on some women because you can't get those women.
Me as a woman, I can make a lot of money.
That's a niche.
Go out here and have sex on TV, on the videos, make sex videos. So it's the same thing.
It is the same exact thing. Pimping.
You make a choice.
Pimping. Do you hear me? So that's why I say it's the belief system that needs to change, the core. And man, if you want to believe that's what it is, then okay. Like
Well,
Enticement.
you see what the brothers are writing in the chat, and I
I don't
totally
see
agree
none.
with them.
I don't see none of them.
If you hit the comments over on the, it says private chat and then comments. If you hit the
Well,
comments,
thank
you'll see
you.
it. But yeah, I agree with those brothers. It doesn't make sense.
It
It
does
just does
make
not make
sense.
it
It
does not
makes
make
sense
sense for a
that
grown man 30 years later to be crying about the prom.
he
Well,
is, from what you told me,
he's thinking.
he is staging that shit for people. He's got a niche. If you got a niche and you getting views, that makes money.
Right.
You know that. You a damn YouTuber. Come
Yeah, but
on.
that's once a year. No,
That
you talk
is
about women.
one
You talk about
time
black women
that
all year round. Talk about black women, but right
you
around prom time, he started saying. He said this year he's seen the limos driving around.
see,
He said he's seen the limos
and your
driving
ass
around, and it
laughed.
triggered him. Yeah, come on now.
And guess what? You showed up for it.
I show up
You
every year
had
for it
your
because it's funny to me.
you
But
did.
I'm not gonna give the brother no money to hear it. But the shit is
You
funny.
are giving the nigga money when you show up. It's views
Oh, yeah.
out here. Did you not read the policies and procedures?
I didn't read the fine print.
Oh, Google, really? And you schooling me all the time? Okay.
No, I'm joking about the fine
You
print
just
part. But truth, come on now. You know that shit is ridiculous.
dude, it's Comedy Central out here on all platforms. Come on. Laughing all the way to the bank.
Exactly.
All
Man.
the way.
So every year you go there to expecting something different.
No,
Hey.
every year I see the title of his live stream. This year he was seeing limos
Eat his ass
around
alive.
prom time.
He had what snack did you have?
Huh?
What snack did you have ready
What do you mean?
when you was watching that damn show?
Oh, but truth, you had to have been there, man, to listen to it.
See, now you trying to get me to
My
watch it. Hell no. You trying to get me to watch it. You getting that man paid.
Like I said, I got it on my channel.
Oh
It's
my
just-
God, dude.
yeah, I had to comment on it because 30 years later, this brother is still crying about a prom, and he gets triggered every time he sees limos.
He is lying. And
Golly, like, come on.
you made a video of this nigga and you have a solution? Come on.
Because it's funny to me, man.
You know better.
I didn't even have a little
Showing up.
problem.
Like, you know what I'm talking about.
I had
Come on.
my Jake's Cadillac.
Oh, yeah. And the brother was saying he didn't care about the junior prom because he said he was looking forward to that senior prom.
And you got detail. DLD. No,
Because he say it every
No.
year. That's why.
damn.
Comes up with that story every year.
Oh no.
Right around April and May.
You even know one.
Prom stories. Like, come on, brother.
You look forward to it.
Oh man. I might have to send that one. I
What
might
you
have to
gonna do
send
when
that
you
one
change?
to you, Truth, to let you listen to it. Cause you might change your mind.
No, you ain't recruiting me.
Oh my God.
Listen, I can't want somebody to change and show
But see, you
up.
might be able to help that brother out, give him a reading or something.
Man, he is out here hurting folks. I
Get him
can't
in
do
the
that.
circle. Help him jump out of the circle.
Yeah, you got to do something for that brother.
Get off the merry-go-round.
It's just a cycle.
Yeah, it's a cycle he's on. He can.
What's the solution, DLD? You asking us what's the solution, DLD?
I think the solution is to get that brother a sister. Hook him up with somebody.
No, motherfucker.
That's what it is.
Let me shut up.
Or you know what he should really do?
It ain't
Y'all
gonna
be the same ones talking about can't no woman raise no boy. Y'all be the same ones on that niche party. Y'all just out here
A woman
niche
can't raise no
everywhere.
man. She can't.
Mm.
It goes against everything it goes against her nature.
So
She don't know
why?
nothing about she don't know nothing
No,
about no boy becoming a man.
So why put my emotion, my time, and my effort to go and do your work?
You shouldn't.
You
I
just
never
said,
said you
you said
should.
the solution is to have a woman to step in that energy.
No. No, I meant for somebody to hook him up with a female.
Hook
And what they should
him
do is
up with
check
who?
this out. Check this out. This would find this brother or woman
Mm-mm.
around April or May and have him take her to his
That's
high
not
school
the
prom.
issue.
I'm serious.
That's not the issue.
That's self-healing though.
League
That would
said-
He
heal
has
him.
a set story every year that he doesn't have to literally do anything about. Like if I have like every Wednesday I have a certain show. Every year he has a certain show. He don't even have to think twice
Right.
about it.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And you can't see that.
No, but it's something that's triggering for him.
It's triggering for you.
No, it's triggering for him. It don't affect me at all. Like I said, I laugh behind it. And like I said, it's not that I look forward to it. I just when I see the title, I know it's prom. I don't in my mind. I don't even think about the prom. I think about no high school, no prom, nothing like that. But when I see his title and he's talking about the prom and Nemo's driving around and all this shit,
See what I'm talking about? You
that shit
is
is funny to me.
That's what it is. It's funny.
Yeah. My mind don't go to. I don't think about no proms. No. It's the last thing on my mind. We're about some prom.
I know it was nothing but a thing. Ew.
Did you see it, Lightbearer?
Huh?
Did you see it?
No.
Oh, you didn't
but
see
I
it,
don't
okay.
see what's so fascinating about a prom.
I don't either. But he's so tricky because he look in
Thank
his
you.
video he's talking about he looked
Thank you, Lee.
forward
Can't see
to
nothing.
going to that prom.
Listen
his
to
senior
you.
prom.
Listen to the men and listen to what's his name? Comic League.
Cosmically.
Cosmic. Okay, I can't see. You know I'm blind. Look what he put down there. Thank you.
Yeah, well, yeah, I agree.
He
that
trying
he
to
needs-
send me. He trying to send me in that toxic energy league.
I'm
Would you
trying to
do-
get
would
you
you
to
send all
heal
this-
that brother.
Would you send all this to that toxic all of that?
I
Come
was
on now.
saying about the woman raising a son. She may not make him into the man that he needs to be,
Right.
but she sure can help more
You know what he can do.
places than his father can.
She can do
Who
what?
do what?
A lot of times, the black man really needs the black woman's mind.
Girl, you better.
No, he needs a mixture of both.
Girl.
He needs the
And
black
he
man.
actually if
I'm just
I would say
Pick one.
60-40.
He
I would
needs
say
the mind.
60-40, 70-30 that he
Y'all
needs
need to
that
pick
father
one.
around.
Yeah.
Y'all need to pick one.
I mean, yeah, he needs the father, but he needs a mind as well.
First of all, he needs healing. That's what he needs.
Well,
He
of course he does.
does not need to
That
be
goes
around
without
a woman.
saying.
He
If
does
you're
not need
thinking
to
about the prom 30 years later, you know he needs healing.
be, if he's toxic, if he's toxic like that, you don't send sisters. Can we agree?
Mhm.
Sisters are healers, especially healers. Don't do that because we need that for our children. We do not need to be around that.
Right,
That's
but he's
y'all-
stuck. But he's
y'all
stuck
work.
in 12th grade.
So that's what you got to deal with. Hell, that's your
what-
community. That's what you got to deal with. You go and get in his
Work that
DM
out
and
with
say,
his
brother,
mom.
do you really need some help?
Well,
That
yeah,
his
I'm
mom,
sure.
You ain't got
father. That's what he needs.
Well, his father passed.
Thank you.
His
That's what
father
I'm
was
saying.
his father was in his
dead.
life. He said, but
His father is dead. I got that message already. But you listen, DOD, you sitting on the sideline, you're gonna be judged for that. You know better. You was raised in a nice environment.
I can't.
And you sitting up here showing up, laughing at this man
Speaking of
every
See,
year.
because that's the difference between the way we was raised. Truth. As a man, we don't complain. We don't sit around and complain like that. At least I
But
don't.
well, then find out. You need to find out personally if he over there lying just for views or he just really fucked up.
No,
But what do you
I believe he's doing. I believe it's both.
DOD, what do you
You need to
expect
step,
before I
you need to
destroy?
step in.
What do you expect? I don't expect anything more from a destroyed person.
Right. So, yeah, I agree with you
So,
on that. Yeah.
you know, he's affected by something.
Right, but I don't want to be infected any more than I am. Don't send women. All he want is
I think that brother just needs to take some woman, even if it's next year, to the prom, just his high school prom. I'm serious.
Why don't
you know have to have some chaperones. That's what you need to do. Just take a woman with the chaperone and the high school kids, and get him a limo and all that old good stuff.
Go on and send him one then.
Maybe I need to.
Go on. I mean, y'all get a ton of views together.
You see what Texas just said, right?
What he said.
What he just typed.
What he said.
He said real men are action driven.
Yeah, but real men definitely need to help out in the community. Women don't need to take any more slack. No, we don't.
He needs to be natured. Nurtured, excuse me.
Nature too. He needs to be.
I misspoke there, but he needs to be nurtured.
He needs to be
in the worst way. Because that brother, I mean, 30 years later, come on.
Some of these men don't know.
The worst way.
And it might be more than 30 years because the brother, what, 50 now?
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Come on now.
Now,
still crying about the prom.
He's 50.
He's he's pretty close. I know he's in his, at least he's in his
man, you know this. You know
late 40s.
Comedy show, man. Come on, man. He's his niche, man.
I would like to think that's what it is, and a lot of people I know that are like that. I would like to think, but I think this brother, he's sincere. He's sincere.
You take him seriously.
I do. Because it's every year the same time, right around April and May. This brother's get to crying.
But you not one time, DOD, you reach out, you just sit back and laugh.
I just sit back. I'm the hey, because as a man, I can't. It doesn't even compute that a brother would do that. A man would do that.
He was
30 plus years later. It just doesn't compute in my mind. Unless you got some real issues going on.
It's a phenomenon to you, huh?
Huh?
Yeah.
Phenomenon.
Yeah,
it is. It's something totally foreign. That's something I can't put my. I just can't even wrap my head around it.
DOD, you can't. You got it bad.
That would be like me crying about some girl in high school that I asked out and she told me no. Okay, then you move on to the next one. I mean, that shit affects you 30 plus years later.
Yeah, you still doing the same thing now, DOD.
And I still get rejected, but you don't hear me. But you don't see me on YouTube crying about it either, though.
But he's doing the same thing too.
But he's crying.
He was crying back then too. His mama and his sister. He was crying back then too. If it's true.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's what I said. Truth, his own mama and sister had to hook him up. So he came home disappointed and crying and asked him what was wrong. And so they tried to hook him up. And Cosmic League said, why none of his friends try to talk to him?
I think he's pulling y'all's leg. I
don't. I think that brother is sincere about that.
Well, I'm not getting ready to go give him a view. Shit.
You see what Texas said? He ain't thought about the prom since he went. I don't. And you wouldn't. Why would you think about the prom?
I know.
Now let's just deeply affected that brother. I'm serious. 30 years plus later, you crying about the prom? But check this out too. And this is how I know he's not faking it, because he doesn't talk about it until April or May come around. He doesn't talk about it
But
throughout
he
the year.
talks about women.
He talks about women, right? But whenever the prom comes, he starts seeing limos and people getting dressed up. You know what I'm saying? It triggers him.
Well, that would no, he is not. Oh my God.
Huh?
I don't think he's triggered. I think he gets views off of it.
Well, I mean, he gets views every day. That would be nothing, you know. Obsidian does pretty well with his views and commentary, because he's talking to men
Wow.
just like him.
Okay, so YouTube, literally, I've been in classes of YouTube. They tell you be consistent, do what works. You know.
Right, yeah. And I mean, and like I said, he has admitted that he does it for the money, but I think it's also, you know, it's who he is too as a
Well,
person. It's in him.
that money and power gonna outshine it.
You haven't been to your prom yet? Cosmic Leak, I think he said he hasn't even been.
He said,
What was that? Library, I didn't hear you.
Oh no, Cosmic Leak said he hasn't been to his prom yet.
Oh, Lee said.
I haven't even been.
Yeah, I know I wouldn't be hurt for real. Right.
So Cosmic must be
Yeah.
pretty young then. He must be a young brother.
It's not even nothing going to the prom. It was nothing that I thought.
Probably, how old are you?
He's got to be pretty young. Hasn't even been to the prom yet.
Are you supposed to be young?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. He might not. He probably shouldn't even be here.
You over here.
He said he's 50. Jeez.
Who's 50?
No, the guy you was talking about, DOD.
Oh, yeah.
He said
18.
that's
Going to
So
senior.
it's going into a senior year. Okay.
What you doing up this late?
On a school night. No, it's today. It's Friday, so he
School's
okay.
out.
You barely made it. You barely made it, cuz.
School's out.
And he is 18, so he's grown. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
considered grown anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, welcome.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So what's y'all's do y'all think Bill Cosby did it?
No, I don't. I think I know it's all made up. It was, well, yeah, I think I know it for a fact, because I was following the case of the man that looked like a woman, the woman that looked like a man that accused him. And what she did was she set him up. She took advantage of him, of his goodness. And what they did was they were looking for women to come out and say, oh, well, Cosby did this to me and did that. And they were actually hiring women to come out and say that.
Well, can I ask this? Because I haven't followed it and I haven't watched anything. You know, I haven't. But has anybody from the Cosby Show turned against him?
Nope, nobody.
Okay, I was just wondering.
Nobody.
And see, that's another thing too. These women have been triggered from 40 years ago as well. Now they want to come out 40 years later, saying that he did something.
Yeah, that's why I said they were. It's a bunch of them. Majority of them were hired. Some of them never even knew Cosby, or Cosby never knew them. It was a setup.
Thank you, Daryl. Thank you. And that is in the system as well.
Hey, Daryl Martin, welcome.
Okay, but that may be in 2021. But what about back in what? 1980 something, 1990.
Come on now.
This brother was, he lives in Philadelphia, so I know he went to an all predominantly black school, and his sisters just didn't want to go. And the reason why he said they didn't want to go, the reason why they said they didn't want to go with him, because he was too short.
And that's true. They mistreated dark skin and too short people. But tall people been in all over the damn nation.
Mm-hmm.
No, right. I'm gonna stop. Right.
I've had homeboys that were short and they mistreated them. Hell, and I was their only friend. Shit, I know. I walk every day
But
with
but
he's
there's
the only
but there
one
are
talking to me.
sisters that are shorter than short men. You know what I'm saying? If
Honey,
a guy's
you
5'8",
know what a
5'7",
sister that is short.
most women.
Hold on,
What's the average woman's height?
hold on, babe.
5'5".
Hold on, babe. Let's go ahead and put the fantasy out there because I'm just crush what you just said. The fantasy of a man is to have a shorter woman to toss around. Let me just say that.
Okay, that's
Okay.
true. Okay.
So let's not even put them in the same category as a doggone short
No, but when
man.
okay, my point was that he can find a sister shorter than him. That's
Really?
the only point. Yeah.
Maybe he's really short.
Well, I
And
think he's
maybe in that
5'7".
But I'm not gonna go around this damn Marlboro Bush with you with this man making up these stories.
Okay, well,
He's getting this for views, dude.
okay, well, okay, but you okay. I
Well,
don't argue with you either about it. You're right. I'll let it go. I know different, but okay.
okay, so you think that this really hurt him,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
but you have not reached out at all.
Nope, haven't reached. Not. I have talked. I have chatted with him when like 3 or 4 years ago, when he first started with this rhetoric. I talked to him, in the chat and stuff while he was, up on the panel and stuff like that. Had
And
conversation with the brother, but at that time he wasn't out with the I'm too short and the prom date and all that stuff. He didn't, he didn't come out with those stories at that time. It's been in recent years that he's done that.
see,
I was always going at him for talking about black women. I never knew the root causes of it or anything like that.
He's just milking a bitter memory. He's using the memory.
he could be hurt though, because I got the 3 of Swords right here.
Okay.
Oh no, the brother is hurt. You know
But
what?
I'm gonna tell you one thing.
They're gonna bring up the prom every year.
His mama got a lot to do with it.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't doubt it. He probably had been, baby, because he says it's just women in his family, pretty much he was raised by. So,
Well, the Empress is right here, so that's what it is.
They were trying to protect him too much, probably.
See, and Cosmic, he came up with a great. That's a pretty good answer. He said he think he's just milking a bitter memory.
Yeah,
that makes a lot of sense.
Lee. Thank you.
That makes a lot of sense. But it's still a bitter memory, though.
That's what I said, though. I said he's milking it. He done found something that gets
something that's triggered him, something that hurted him, and he's milking it.
But people like that kind of stuff, though. They
right. I agree
on it.
I agree. It's just like with Kevin Samuels, all the people giving him all kind of money, talking down on black women. People are paid to hear a black man talk down on black women. I mean, I get it. Yeah, I wouldn't even be able to do it. But
it's a niche.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't hate on him. I mean, I don't hate on nobody, but
no.
I don't hate on them either, but I just think it's wrong to talk down on your sisters for money or talk down on the brothers for money. In my opinion.
That's what they're doing. They're making money.
I know.
Women do it too.
Big bags behind it too.
They're banking. They got the large crowd around them, but it's like I could go out. Like I said, I can go out here and make a movie, sexual movie, and make big bucks. Same thing.
Yeah.
It sure is.
You're just selling your soul. But look at me. Me and my 600 people. I'm happy with.
Right.
Because I'm not selling my soul to nothing.
Exactly.
Not even for.
And that's my point.
Social media.
Yeah.
Not even for social media. Not for my job.
Because I'm like you ladies. There's gonna come a day where you have to answer to the ancestors.
Right.
And I don't want to go and have my head held down. Talk about how I was.
Well, you need to reach out to them, then. You don't think your ancestors saying reach out to them?
I don't know. They might, But I don't know. But I know it won't be because of anything that I've done personally,
No,
anyway.
right? No, you're not gonna do that.
I may not have given advice when I should have, but I mean, hey, I can't. I'm not
What
perfect.
is
I
the
can't
man
do
to gain
everything.
the world and lose his soul?
I mean, like I said,
Well,
I've asked the brother why he does it, but hey,
let me ask y'all men something. So with this movement, and we're seeing, hey,
Hey,
this,
what's going on, Terry?
we seeing men step up and really take it serious about security and their families and community. Have any of you all joined the community outside of YouTube? I know probably you've thought about joining or wanting to join a community. I mean, a group that is wanting to protect and serve our communities.
See, Deacon's grandfather, was it your grandfather used to
That's
be
my
the
uncle.
deacon?
My uncle, my father's brother.
Used to be the deacons of what?
Deacons for Defense and Justice.
Yeah, they used to
Back
be
in the 60s. So that's where I grew up into. I grew up into protection of Black family and Black people.
So why? So you see, I knew that. That's great. So are you in a group? Are you starting a group or what?
I'm not in a group currently. No,
Are you starting one?
no. I've retired from that type of work.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not getting ready to go there. Those in the chat, but you
Why?
won't.
But you know why? I've told. Well, at least I told. I think.
No, you haven't told me.
I think I told Lightbearer why.
Okay, why then?
I'm not going to say it on YouTube. Yeah. But
Oh Lord.
remember what I have to do every 2 or 3 months? I told you that.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So that's the reason why.
Oh, okay. Well, let me ask you this: would you be on a board of one to, teach, any kind of help?
Yeah, I mean, I would do something like that if I didn't have to do, if I have to do like the boots on the ground everyday type thing.
Yeah, because every organization needs teachers and accountabilities. You be open to taking calls or
Right.
just organization. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you feel
I wouldn't have a
okay? Let
problem
me
with
say this: do y'all feel like it's needed,
It's
or
very.
do you
It's
feel like
very
it's a waste of
necessary.
time?
No, it's
I
very
think an
necessary.
organization is needed.
It's very necessary.
Okay, I think so too.
Actually, I've thought about going out and creating it. But
Like that brother that just came in Kuma Ture.
actually, as many
What?
Do you know Kuma Ture? Truth.
Who?
And Kuma Ture, he's in the chat. You don't know that brother? You and him. I think you and him. You guys. You need to talk to that brother. He would do some enlightening. He would enlighten you on a lot of different topics.
Oh, he would.
Oh yeah, definitely would.
Okay.
I think Lightbearer is familiar with him.
Yeah, he comes over a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Well, guys, I gotta get ready to go. It's getting
all right. Yeah, what is like almost 2 your time?
Yeah. I gotta get
yeah. It's what time is it now? 1:30. Mm-hmm.
It's only 11:38 here, so it's still young.
Oh, you're lucky.
Yeah, he's lucky. It's 2:38.
But it was a great conversation with you ladies tonight. Glad I came up.
Yes. So DLD, put your live up now. Go live.
You gonna come over?
Yeah, I'm coming over. We're gonna continue. Everybody in the chat, go on over to DLD so we can talk about what's the solution is.
Yes, definitely.
All right, then I'm gonna start one up then.
Okay, right.
All right.
All right. Good night.
Because love you.
Take care, everybody. Everybody in the chat. Thanks for coming through. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Peace, y'all.
Thank you.
Peace. Till next time.